Napier Committee meeting for the 22nd of February 2024. Just reminding you the meeting is being live streamed on the Council Facebook page. Could we all stand for the opening karakia, please? Tu ao mai runga, tu tau mai raro, tu tau mai roto, tu tau mai waho, kia tau ai te mauri tū, te mauri ora, ki te katoa, Napier, hui e, taiki e. I have two apologies, Councillor Crystal and Bogue. Moved by Councillor Crown, seconded by Councillor Tariha. All those in favour, please say aye.
Aye.
Against, carried. Is there any conflicts of interest? No public forum. Any announcements by the Mayor?
No.
No? Any minor matters not on the agenda? No. And also any announcements by the Chief Executive?
No.
No. Confirmation of the minutes for Thursday the 21st of September 2023, please. Moved by Councillor Gregg, seconded by Councillor Taylor. All those in favour, please say aye.
Aye.
Against? Carried. Right, we move on to item 1, the capital programs delivery. Will be presented by Russell.
Yes, thank you. Unfortunately, Jamie's away today, so you've got the pleasure of me delivering this report. So I'm quite happy to take the report as read, and if you have any questions. I see Jamie's highlighted a couple of things in the report with the Onslow steps, just requiring more geotech work and impacting our delivery time on that project. And also there's the Memorial Square there with the refurbishment of the community rooms. Just with some, looks like some funding concerns there. So, happy to take questions.
There's some photos. We've got Jamie's
thank you. Sorry.
Photoshop that he does every meeting, which we'll get up on the screen.
Excellent. Yeah.
Wake them up. Oh, I can see it.
Oh, I should sit down there. Thank you very much. So yeah, the revetment work there, just showing the completion in December, and it's looking pretty good there. Some of the recovery work there, the Gleeson Park retaining wall. So we're nearing completion there. And definitely we're doing a lot of work with the Mission Hills, Emerald Hills subdivision. They're developing their first stage at pace up there, and the team are working quite closely with them there. We've got a road realignment project happening there.
Just in relation to that, the major excavation that's taking place on Puketitri Road at the moment, can you just, what is that for?
So a lot of that's in line with the Mission Hills subdivision. We're looking at the realignment of the curb, of that cornering up by the Priority junction as well.
No, more down towards
Down to the bottom?
the Church Road roundabout of
Gotcha.
Somerset. There's a major
Yes, sorry.
excavation.
Yeah, that's part of their stormwater network design. I believe there's a pond or a detention sort of pond structure going in there.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you. While we're on this project, I understand there's some residual land as a result of some of the roading decisions that will need a decision around zoning and designation. What stage would we see that?
So that's, that's on the opposite side of the mission development, yeah. In terms of for designation, I'm not sure of the timing of that, but I can find out for sure.
Yeah, it'd
Yeah.
be good to have that, if we could note that as an action.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Do you want that down as an action point?
Yeah, if we can grab that as an
As
action.
an action point, please. Thank you.
No one's here can answer that.
Not going to anyway. Councillor Brown.
Yeah, kia ora, good morning, and really exciting to see some of those projects finish. The revetment looks great. On the Onslow steps, the last update we had was that the work was going to be starting now. So obviously we keep there's ongoing issues there that keep pushing it right. Just really keen to keep that community updated if we could. Could we? I'm aware that there sort of hasn't been a formal communications. Could we do something like a letter drop or something to keep those interested residents updated?
Yeah, no, absolutely, yeah. Yeah.
Hey, can you comment on why their dates are changing? Is that to do with geotech, is it?
Yeah, so the it is the ground conditions up there when they started doing the investigation. It was a bit more unstable than what they originally thought. So we've had to look at a retaining wall design and installation. Obviously, the steps themselves are a difficult site to access, and in between all those residential houses. So it's taken a while and a bit of planning, but yeah. But I appreciate the we need to keep the neighbours informed and aware of those deliveries. So
Thank you.
Do you have a rough area that you think we should cover?
You probably just, it'll be pretty obvious. I think the streets around the top of where the steps go to, it's a pretty small area up
I
there.
think they have an area that they consulted with originally with the works. Yeah.
Comms.
So can we put that down as an action point as well? Thank you. Deputy Mayor Brosnan.
Thank you, through you, Mr Chair. One of the projects, obviously, that's been of interest to Council is the refurbishment of the Memorial Squares community rooms. Reading the update there, it seems, I might be reading between the lines, so please correct me if I'm wrong. It seems that it's stalled waiting on funding from the trust side of things. And I suppose my question is, if that assumption is correct, how has the decision been made that we would stop progress as opposed to there's a level of risk we may be comfortable with of proceeding with the current level of funding? I know that the trust has sort of made noises in their initial presentation and along the way that they would continue to fund throughout the delivery of the project. So just wondering if that thinking is right, that we have stopped first, and then if yes, who's made that decision around level of risk appetite to do that?
Yeah, no, exactly. And that's the process that we're going through, is those key milestones of the gateways to make sure that we do manage that and that risk. So I'd have to, Jamie's the best one to answer that question in that detail, because he's part of the project group working with the Art Deco Trust. So yeah, I just don't have that exact detail, but I do know that that was a concern for the project team to make sure that those key risks were managed and monitored, and that we weren't, getting into a project scope sort of creep or budget, calling on council for more money outside of what we'd already agreed. So it's a constant concern and thought process for the team to make sure that they're managing that on behalf of council. So, yeah.
Yeah, just further to that, Mr Chair, I just wonder if it's been a little while since we've had the trust come in and talk about their project, and I suppose now that we have this working group that's far along, it might be timely perhaps to invite them to come and talk to us about the progress. And I would be interested in personally, just in terms of guidance, I'm quite comfortable with a small level of risk there around additional fundraising works yet to come, so as not to halt the project. So just understanding that would be good as well as part of that.
No, exactly. No, I can ask the team. Yeah.
Thank you.
So an action point
action point, yeah.
that the trust come and present to council.
Yeah, if you agree, Mr.
Yeah,
Chair.
no, I
think
totally agree. We're a little bit unknown, so it would be good to clarify it for everyone. Just like that. Councillor Greer.
Through Mr. Chair, yeah. Could you just briefly talk to the role of consultants in the delivery of the capital program?
And which one, sorry?
Just, you know, what do they do and like why we're using consultants?
Consultants
Yeah.
and just the program in general?
Yeah. What's the rationale, just the rationale behind it?
We have a high work demand in terms of capital delivery, and we use consultants to not only offset the staff numbers for delivery of our work program, but also councils. They have a unique technical skill set which most councils can't sustain in terms of a full-time employee. So we use councils for their unique technical skill set and support in project delivery. Yep.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions? Councillor Crown.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, through you. Actually, more a general comment. I note in the report that there is mention of TREC and the work that they are undertaking on behalf of the rebuild for the region, and just wanted to ask that remain as part of this report. I think it's probably really important that we're aware and understanding the market constraints as they develop as well. So, yeah, thank you for noting it and making sure that it's aware, but would love to see it continue as a part of this report. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions? Councillor Taylor.
I don't have a question. I'd just like to make a comment that we have been discussing, there's a bit around the Mission Hills, and just like those that may be watching online, that the Taradale Residents Association are having a briefing from the Mission Hills people on Tuesday evening at 7 p.m. at the Taradale Town Hall for anybody who may like to go along and receive some information about the development.
Thank you. Any other questions? Do I have a mover, please, for the paper? Councillor Brown, second Councillor Mawson. Any?
Really good to see some progress and some great projects coming to conclusion and looking really spiffing, and good to that we can see this and keep track of the risks as they go forward. So thank you.
Councillor Mawson.
I just thanks the staff. Good report.
All good. Any other comments?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. One of the things I wanted to commend staff on was I can see that there's that upward trajectory on total spend against budget over across our capital plan, which I know is always a challenge for us. So well done. It's nice to see that tracking upwards.
Thank you.
Any other comments? Okay, all those in favour that we receive the report, please say aye.
Aye.
Against? Carried. So now I'll adjourn this meeting for Deputy Mayor Brosnans.
We'll just take a minute, guys, and we'll change over.